Right, so we have soaked this comic book for about 24 hours, and as I suspected, the glue has dissolved and all the pages have detached. This is what I was expecting. It does actually make it a lot easier to dry out if you're drying individual pages. Here we can see I've separated out some individual pages and they do dry actually quite quickly, air dry, but they will need to be put in a press shortly to prevent them from crinkling.
Good morning.
Good morning. You can see the cover, and this has the soaking has had its usual great effect. This looks a lot cleaner. The real key now is whether we'll be able to reconstruct this and glue it back together. All that we'd be able to press out all that awful spine roll. This needs to go in a press in a minute because this is already drying. And it needs to dry under press so that it doesn't crinkle. Right, back later. Okay, so I have had this Uncanny Tales in the press, in my hot press overnight. Let's have a look and see what we've got. So just to recap, I have soaked this comic, all the pages and the cover detached from each other, which I was expecting. I then gone through a series of cold pressing and hot pressing using my press here. I haven't yet glued the pages back together. So what I did is I pressed this with the cover and the pages reassembled but not glued as yet. So here we go, we've got the cover. You can see the horrible spine roll has gone completely. This is now lying very flat, and it is also cleaned right up. So that is good. Let's just remove that. Let's have a look at the rear of this. So the back cover is a lot cleaner. It's not perfect, still got some dirt on it. We've got the damage here to the spine caused by that roll. Obviously we were not going to get rid of those, and there's a bit of spine split here, but it is beautifully flat. And we've lost a lot of this. Was quite brown down here on this spine, and all that browning has gone. So yeah, that's cleaned up really well. It's not perfect, but given the condition it was in when we started, pretty good. And you can see the inside of this comic. So all of these pages have been dried. And they've cleaned up, and we've completely got rid of the horrible spine roll, which was the main issue with this comic. Now, and you can see along this edge that the glue has all gone, and it was the glue that was causing the problem. Now I'm going to have to reapply glue and reattach the cover to this comic. I think I'm going to use PVA glue. Now the question is, do I try and glue the whole thing in one go, or do I glue the pages back together, let them set, and then glue the cover on? Don't know yet. I will have a think about that while I have some breakfast. You know, this is cleaned up very nicely. There was a crease here on this first page that's also gone. So yeah, pretty happy so far. Given the condition of this comic when I started, been pretty happy with this experiment. Okay, comic book fans, here we have my completed Uncanny Tales 76. So I gave this a complete soaking, all the pages detached and came off the cover. I then went through a series of cold and hot pressing. I have just a couple of hours ago glued the pages and the spine back together. So how have we done? Well, so that horrible spine roll has completely gone. It was caused by the old glue contracting as it dried, also causing these tears along the spine. But taking off the glue, soaking it, taking off the glue and then pressing has meant that this comic is now completely flat. So that spine roll has gone completely. Also the cover, soaking is a very good way of cleaning. I cleaned this with Imaki Clean. Where's my Imaki Clean? There we go. Strongly recommended. And then soaked it for 24 hours and it has cleaned up. If we look at the rear, the back of this was extremely dirty and discoloured, and you can see here it is improved a lot. We have got the, there's nothing I could do about the damage that had been done along the spine here. That was never going to be corrected, but this has cleaned up significantly, and the inside pages as well. I'm just being slightly delicate with this in case the glue is not quite fully dried, but you can see here the inside pages are also nice and cleaned up. That's great artwork there showing Daredevil and this character here, I think called Fear. Yeah, Mr. Fear challenges Daredevil. So this has improved. The internal pages are nice and clean. There has a bit of the browning has come off. So relatively happy with this. The spine is not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I'm going to put this in with the backing board into a Golden Age Mylar, and that'll sit in my collection. Enough said. So there we have it, my Uncanny Tales 76 conserved for another generation to appreciate. Yeah, pleased with that. Thanks for watching. Bye.